Coin and Silver journey here. It has arrived, as you can see. Wanted to show you what I got, what grade I got, all that stuff, and discuss the current price, the population report, whether or not I made the right call, and I also want to show some of the first silver I got of 2020. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so before I open the coin and unbox it and all that, and show you guys what I got, I wanted to kind of show what's going on out there in the market. I want to give you guys the population report as of today, January 5th, 2020. How many coins have been graded, what the grade they've got, the percentage of coins that have been graded, etc. So let's get into that before we break into this coin that I managed to snag. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm sure you've already been looking at it, for NGC, 0 of them graded 66 at all. So the lowest grade, if you went to NGC, was a 67, and one poor soul got a 67. That poor guy. Maybe that person had opened it or messed with it in some way, or maybe they're just really unlucky. Looks like they had 12 68s, a significant amount of 69s, really. 2,084 for the 69, which is funny because people always say that PCGS is more strict with their grading, and turns out they had more 69s. Coincidence maybe, I don't know. Then they had 6,571 70s come back. It's quite a bit. So their total came to 8,668 total graded coins from NGC as of today. Then we go to PCGS, even worse for them, right? One poor soul got a 66. I mean, that would suck. They'll probably still make money no matter what. I mean, they might get $600 for that coin, something like that. 5 67s, which is significantly more than NGC. 21 68s, which is more than NGC. But then when it comes to the 69s, it was 400 less for PCGS. So I thought that was interesting, considering people always say that PCGS is more strict and stuff like that. And their grand total for 70s was very similar to NGC, 6,415 with 8,133 total coins graded through PCGS, right? So that brings the total coins graded as of today, 16,801. Wow, it's an insane amount of coins. Everyone went that route. So 56% of the coins minted have been graded. That to me is a lot more than I anticipated, which could hurt the value in my opinion, right? There's going to be a lot of good quality specimens out there in the market, so we can break that down a little more. Based on these numbers from the two major grading companies, 77.29% chance of getting a 70 if you were to get it graded. All right, so in the market right now, of these two grading companies, 77% of them are 70. All right, so then your odds of getting a 69 is 22%. Decent odds if you're still trying to play the game. And the odds of a 68 and lower is 0.2%. So you just have to get real unlucky for that to happen to you. Right? And there's the numbers so far. 12,986 that have been graded 70, 3,775 graded 69, and 40 68 or lower. Right? So I thought that was interesting when I went ahead and got all these numbers together and found out how many have been graded. I didn't realize it was this much. If I had to guess, by the time it's all said and done with the graded coins, there's going to be somewhere around 20,000 is my guess, graded coins, right? So if it gets to 20,000, that'll be 66% of the coins graded, which is insane. To me, could hurt the value. It really could. When you look back at the 1995 W proof that had the previous lower mintage, I was looking at it, and it was something around 500 70s were from PCGS. So that gives you some perspective You know, you got 6,000 here, we're not even done yet, and the other one had 500. So the quality of coins was a lot worse. And there was other factors that caused that, you know, from being in a set, how you had to get it, different times. Nobody really knew the future value of it as people anticipated on this one. So that played in a factor on that. But I thought it was interesting. So I went ahead and went a step further and I also checked what they're going for based on the value. I didn't break it down as far to go. It was NGC or PCGS. They're pretty comparable, right? You know, maybe $50 more here, there, PCGS. People aren't really getting picky with that. At this point, I think they just want to get the coin at the greatest discount that they can get from what they're going for. No one's really necessarily being picky, in my opinion. So as of today, 2020, this is what they're going for from my research on eBay. For a 70, you're looking at as low as $18.50, which some of these you can't really tell because it says they accepted an offer. So it could be lower than that. It could have been higher. There's no way to really know for the lowest amount. From what I've seen, around $18.50 is the lowest, with somewhere around $3,000 as the highest. There's some weird outliers. Non-Baltimore. This is involving the Baltimore ones. That's separate. There's some that sell for more. I'm not sure why. They're not lower numbers or anything. I think it's just weird how they're selling for that. I think maybe they were purchased like pre-sale and they're finally completing the sale as they've been delivered. So maybe that's why we're seeing some of these higher prices now. But the average as of right now for MS70 coin, it's around $2,100, which is pretty good, all things considered. No complaints there. So if you look at 69, dramatic price difference. Dramatic price difference, right? So I've seen as low as $800. Then again, there are some where they accepted an offer and you can't see what they truly went for, whether it was more or less, but I've seen some as low as $800 and usually around as much as $1,200. With most of them being in the middle, around $1,000, $1,050 from what I've seen, right? 68, there's a few far in between of those. I don't think too many people have listed them. I saw one. It sold for $997. That was of 12/31/2019 for that one. So my guess it's somewhere in that range, $800 to $1,000, maybe a little less than 69, right? I think when people see this grade, they think, hey, you know, maybe the grading company messed up, and they're like, hey, I just want the coin for a discount, and they'll end up buying it. So buying one at 68 is really not a bad deal if you just want a coin. You get a significant discount, and odds are it might be better than a 68, right? So then we go to the conundrum of, well, what if it was boxed and unopened? From doing some research right now, there's not too many that are selling boxed unopened at the moment. Very few. But when you go back to the previous sales, when the hype was still good and stuff like that, in the very, very beginning, before they even went for sale, before the coins were even sold from the mint, they were going for about $300-$400. Some even lower than that, maybe $200, right? And then they got as much as $1,700 for the unopened. So when you check those numbers out, $1,700, which you could have got for boxed versus for a graded 70 at the lowest at $1,850, highest at $3,000. You really have to take that into account. And did I make the right call? You know, it's hard to tell. Before we decide if I made the right call, let's see what I got, right? You don't even know what I got yet. Let's open it up. I like the way the PCGS presented it. Unfortunately, I've already seen the grade. When I picked it up from my local coin store, he had to open it to show me the coin was there, right? He already knew what it was, and he wanted me to see that the coin was in there just to make sure that everything went as it should, right? I can get this thing off. Man, it seals pretty good. All right, let's check it out here. So I went ahead and got everything sent back to me. Oh, upside down. Right, all that stuff comes in the pretty little case. You've seen plenty of those, but anyways, got my case. Right, got my capsule back in here. Certificate of authenticity. Right, we'll see the number in a minute here. Oh, well, I'll show you my number. So I did get a lower number Obviously, didn't get a signed one, but 4,181. I'll take it. I like the little holders they put them in. They're nice, really nice. And then the moment of truth. What did I get? 69. Wait, that's not my coin. That's just one I had that I went ahead and threw in here. My dad got for me. Since I now have a PCGS holder. So what did we get? All right, here we go. Looks pretty nice. I don't know. Let's see. 2019 S first strike. And 4,181. Silver Eagle. 70. All right. Right? Whew. I was pretty nervous. Really nervous. This beauty, man, she's a stunner. Look at her. Lady Liberty in her glory. Beautiful coin. So happy I got a 70. Really cool. So when you go back and look at that, the values I showed you guys, what they're going for, anywhere from $1,800 to $3,000. So I think I made the right call because I got a 70. Had I got a 69 or a 68, it would have been the wrong call, right? Because I could have sold it for as much as $1,700 without even breaking a sweat. No opening, no stress, no waiting, no paying grading fee or anything like that. So personally, I made the right call because I got a 70. You know, I would probably think differently if I got a 69. At the end of the day, I'm happy to have even got one, right? There's so many people that didn't get one, so many unfortunate souls. So when you start to look at this value, I'm really considering selling it because I've noticed that the value's been going down. At one point, they were going for 3,000, 2,500, 3,000 on the low end, and as much as 3,500. Right now, they've come down. I think they're going to continue to come down because of the population. You know, if we go back and look at the population, which is only going to increase, 16,800 graded coins. 77% are 70s, right? So there's a lot of 70s. It's not necessarily rare by any means. So I think I'm going to sell it sooner than later. I'm not sure what my price is going to be. I'm probably going to ask for a little over 2,000, 2,200, 2,300. And if it doesn't sell, maybe I'll keep it. But I think now's the time to sell because I don't see it going up anytime soon. Maybe in the coming years, there's a chance it will. You never know. The only kicker would be is how many people got the authenticity, the matching authenticity with their coin. That to me would be the only kicker as far as value. How many people have the matching COA? Which I couldn't find that information. I'm sure there's a way to find out, but I didn't see it online at PCGS. So, who knows? Who knows what could happen with that? But I think my intent is to sell, and I'll end up picking up some silver, maybe a little bit of gold. Who knows? But cool coin. Happy I've got one. And man, I'm happy I got a 70. Right? So now that that's done, I want to show you guys my first silver 2020. Well, technically this is kind of my first silver because I just picked this up Friday. So my first silver other than my verse proof. So I had it over here propping up this little paper for you guys. All right, so check this out. I was picking up my coin. I happened to ask my dealer. I said, "Hey, you got any bars?" And he really didn't have much. He said a lot of people been buying since price has been going up. But he had these two 5-ounce Sunshine Minting in bars. So I went ahead and picked these up. These are great because they got that security feature on the back. I don't have the little lens, but it's a little magnifying lens, and it'll say valid right here in this area. Prevent people from making fake bars, which is a really nice security feature. I think that's really cool. They have a slight premium compared to generic bars, but not too much. I got these for $95 a piece, which is a really great deal, and I actually paid with my debit card. All right, so it's a great deal. All right, so the other silver I picked up, just a couple things this time. Some peace dollars, all right? So I think these have value in the future coming up with the 100-year anniversary. So yeah, I've been picking these up lately. I see the value in the future. Oh, dropped it. So let me tell you what I paid for this one. So this one I paid scrap value on it. So I paid a little over $13 because it's got a bunch of scratches. Looks like someone tried to clean it with a wire brush, but it's not a worn coin. It's a fairly, ding-free, I would say scratch-free, but it seems like it has a slight bit of luster in it, but I paid scrap price for this. So anytime you can get piece dollars at pretty much spot with little to no wear, you got to take it. So I went ahead and bought this, 13 bucks, whatever, right? And then I snagged this 1927, and it is a Denver. Not sure if you can see that. Anyways, it's a Denver. These mint marks are really difficult to see, but it's a Denver, and I'm not sure if you're aware, it's actually somewhat of a lower mintage year. I always go through my coins when I go to my coin dealer, right? So pull out the red book here. Get to the right page. Let's see. 1927 D, only 1.2 million minted, and in the worst condition, not the worst, but the lower condition of very fine, $39 coin, right? You compare it to these other years, 28, 28, 25, 25. This year goes up in value. So whenever I dig through those dollars, I'm always looking for those lower mintage dates. So this one could easily be a very fine 20, right? We'll check it out one more time here. If it'll focus, it'd be great. So it's worn. Don't get me wrong, it's not a mint condition coin by any means, but if you can get these lower mintage dates, when you can still see the date, they're not worn to bits, pick them up. I think these coins are going to have some value in the future, and that may be something to make a video about in the coming days. But yeah, so that's my first silver of 2020, and the unboxing of my Silver Eagle Enhanced Reverse Proof from San Francisco. Let me know what you guys think. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, right? I talk about a lot of stuff. I'd like to bring you guys along with what I'm buying. And yeah, like if you enjoyed this video. Anyways, catch you guys on the next one. Later.